I've got 2 packages. Guess what that means? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney and it is mystery box time. I am so excited. If you're new to this challenge, let me tell you a little bit about it. There are a group of participants that take part. This time there are 8 of us that are doing the challenge. We are given the name of another DIYer and we send them a box of goodies. Now normally inside that box there are 2 wrapped challenge items, but part of this month's twist was something that was a special assist from my friend Megan over at Glue Guns and Roses. She went out and bought all of the same challenge items and sent it to everybody. So every participant will have the exact same challenge items. And the other part of the twist is that we have to use both of these in one DIY along with an item from our box. So that's the overall twist. It's gonna be tricky. Now I sent my box to Whitney over at Whiskey and Wit, and I got my box from Kelly Barlow over at Kelly Barlow Creations. Now let's dig in and see what Kelly sent me. Here is my box from Kelly. Now let's see what she sent me. Let's see if she was nice. I'm a little nervous. Oh, cute. Okay, on top, there's a cute little card. I have a whole bulletin board of all the cards that I have received from just YouTuber friends and the challenge. So it says, hello. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Happy crafting, my new YouTube friend. Hugs to you, Kelly. Look how cute that is. And I'm sorry, my chair is like squeaky. Sorry. All right, here we go. Ooh, there's some colorful things in here. Okay. First thing in the box is this very bright flower with the little bell on the bottom. Item 1. Got a burlap sheet. That's good. Some ribbon that says laugh, love, live, laugh, love, live, laugh, love, live. Here we go. She's got some good, ooh, some wood. Okay, wood blanks are always good. Some wood planks. So this is definitely Dollar Tree friendly. I like it. Some of these beads. I think I sent Whitney some of these actually. So they're square wooden beads with starfish on them. One of these little fence pickets. A house. Oh, this, I've never seen this before. Floral ribbon that looks like birch wood. That's cool. No, I know it's kind of glarish or bright. Sorry about that. And some twine that's kind of the tan and white. All right, these are good items. Thank you, Kelly, for being nice and being kind. Now, let's see what Megan sent for the challenge items inside of this envelope. I don't know. Let's see if she's nice. I don't know. Okay, remember, we all have the same. So first item, what the heck? Huh. Okay, oh, I just ripped it open. Bikini, it's a bikini top. Okay, my coconut's cracked. So does that mean I have to use it? Megan, what? Okay, so I got a cracked coconut and this. Okay, Megan, you are tricky. So item number 1. No, what? Megan, girl, y'all, it's a diaper, okay? It is a diaper. Megan, so we have to use these 2 together plus an item from our box. A diaper. What? I don't think I've touched a diaper since my kids were little. Okay. I'm gonna need like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to think about this. Megan, you did good. You did good, girl. I'm gonna wrap my head around this and then come back and show you what I made. Rolling into this first DIY, I knew exactly what I was gonna do with this house. So in my Crafter Square video, I had one of these houses that I made for pet owners, and that was a little leash hanger. I just cut out a decal and attached a hook, made it for a leash, and I thought, you know what, I can stick with this vibe because there's one more thing you need to do for pets, and that is to control all the hair that goes with cats, dogs, ferrets, rabbits, whatever sheds. So I measured the sides of the house and realized I had about 4.5 inches to work on the sides and then about 1 inch deep. And I used my Cricut Joy and cut out a decal that said, "Because dogs." I will link that cut file down below just in case you do happen to have a Cricut. You can use that for you. And if you don't, then just grab some stickers. You can also grab some stencils or just use a paint marker and write directly onto the house. Once I got my decals all applied, the last step here was to add a hook to the top. Now just be careful because some of these hooks will screw in past the depth of the house. This one, I couldn't screw it in all the way flush because it would poke out the other end, but it got pretty close. Then last step, grab yourself a travel size lint roller. This one came from Target. Hang it up there, and now you could put this in your guest room, maybe for people who aren't used to the hair. If you came to my house, I'd probably put it right by the front door so that it'd be like, hey, thanks for coming to visit. Here's a lint roller, wipe off the hair. And there you go. This one is done. Moving into this DIY, I will be using the wooden beads along with some of the wood planks that Kelly sent me. So for the wood planks, I only need 2 of these and I need to cut them in half. I will be using my miter shears to cut them in half, and honestly, I probably would have just gone downstairs to my workshop and cut it with my miter saw. It can be done with miter shears, and I do get asked that quite a bit, especially on the thicker pieces of wood. People are like, how do you manage to do that? And the trick really is you start to squeeze it, you make an indentation, flip it around the other side, squeeze it some more, flip it around again, use the tip of the miter shears to kind of get it cut the rest of the way, and then eventually you can snap it. Sometimes I get lucky and I'm just strong, I guess. I don't know, princess of power there, but it does sometimes take some finagling with these thicker pieces of wood. Once the pieces are all cut, I'm going to give them a light sanding just to take off the little sharp edges, and then I'm going to grab my rotary tool and drill some holes. Now, I will link everything I'm using in this video if you're wondering what the heck is a rotary tool. For those of you who are new to my channel, I love this thing. It's basically kind of like a drill, but it's a little more compact and it definitely gets the job done. So for this, you want to end up drilling in one piece of the wood 2 holes. Another piece of the wood is going to have 4 holes, and then the third piece of wood is going to have 2 holes. Now I am ready to paint my wooden squares, and I am making a patriotic decor piece, so I went with red, white, and blue. But this concept of a sign you definitely could do for any holiday. In fact, you could make it multi-purpose by doing a fall theme on one side and a Christmas theme on the other. So definitely lots of options. Now, when I was painting this, everything was dandy. I started with the red, went to the white. Well, I got a little heavy-handed with the blue, and flecks of the blue flew on the white, and I had a little happy accident, thanks Bob Ross, and I decided, you know what, it actually looks good with it all being speckled. So after the 3 colors were dry, I took the paint colors and did some little speckled painting with my brush on all 3 colors. Now that the pieces are all dry, I'm ready to work my beads into this piece. So the reason we drilled holes is because that's what's going to be that allows us to connect the beads. So I'm going to use the twine that Kelly sent me and thread that through 3 beads. And so between the red and the white, there'll be 3 beads on the left side, 3 beads on the right, and then between the white and the blue, same thing, 3 beads and 3 beads. Again, I'm going to thread them with that twine and then secure them to the backs of the sign with some hot glue. To make a hanger for this, I grabbed another piece of the twine, cut it, and just hot glued that directly to the back of the red square. And then I grabbed some twine and decided I wanted to make a tassel hanging off the bottom. So the way I make tassels is I just wrap them around my hand a bunch of times, then take a piece, tie it off a knot, and then shape it into a tassel. That's kind of how I make them. And to get the tassel attached, I drilled one hole at the bottom of the blue one in the center of the bottom of it, and I tied it up to that to get the tassel attached. Once everything was attached and I got all my twine worked in, everything, the last step was to add some stars to each of these. I found a pack of the laser cut stars from Dollar Tree, and I had those in my stash, and so I just hot glued those directly to the pieces of this sign, and then I left it simple. I left it just like that. For this little picket fence, I wanted to make a cute summer sign, so the first thing I needed to do was to break it apart and get each of the pickets by themselves, and the easiest way I found to do that, because I tried glue and warming it up with the heat gun and trying to pop it off, and there were nails involved, so the easiest way I found to do this was just to take my miter shears and cut them apart. After I dismantled this, I did sand them a little bit. Just remember, please, there are tiny nails, and so I use pliers to get those out. Just be very, very careful, because I might have or might not have poked my finger. Once that was done, I picked 5 fun colors. I picked red, blue, green, pink, and yellow, and painted each of these with 1 coat of paint. From there, I decided I wanted to make this a directional sign with all things having to do with summer. So I did end up, again, using my CRICUT Joy, because it was just the fastest and easiest way to cut out some different words that I felt like represented summer. But same thing, you could use stickers, you could use a paint pen here, and I applied all my decals to the little arrows. To assemble this sign, I grabbed this flat dowel rod that I got at a dollar store here called Dollar Zone, and I hot glued the little arrows just kind of willy-nilly all down the sign, trimmed off the bottom, and because this sign was top heavy, I needed to make sure I secured it to a base, and for that I just used some of my Star Bond permanent adhesive. The spray is just something that helps it dry really, really fast, like instantly, and so I did that to make it really, really secure, and the base is just the other piece of that wood plank that I cut from the star sign that I made. And then this is perfect. You can put this on a tier tray or just put it out to display during the summertime. Okie dokie then, we are now to the 2 challenge items, the coconut bikini top and the diaper. Also have to work in at least 1 other item. So I did try to repair that cracked coconut. It was giving me some trouble. I used some strong adhesive and then I cracked it again, and I thought maybe I could make it work, but I needed to keep moving the video. So I'm using one of the shells, and then eventually I was able to use the other one for a different DIY. So I don't know, call it a technicality. I'm not really sure what you want to call it, but we're gonna roll with it. So started by taking the strings off of the coconut and painting it with some white chalk paint. If you've got spray paint, go for that. It's a lot easier, but the white chalk paint covered it with 2 coats. I put the coconut aside to dry, and if I'm being honest, this entire craft I was singing, "You put the lime in the coconut." Yeah, I sang that the entire time I was doing this, but that's neither here or there. So I grabbed a candlestick that I had in my stash. This is from Dollar Tree, and I've done this before. Honestly, I get kind of tired of the shape of this candlestick. So to change the shape, you need a paper towel roll or 2 toilet paper rolls, and you want to cut it in half, or just cut it up down one side. Well, it doesn't have sides, but you know what I mean. Just cut it, and you're gonna wrap it around there, use some painter's tapes to secure it, then cut the other one time and wrap it the opposite direction, use some painter's tape to secure it. Once you get that, you get kind of more of just a straight column looking candlestick, and that's kind of what I was going for. Then I took some white paint and I painted the base of the candlestick. Okay, here is my third item that I had to work in, another item from the box. It's the ribbon that Kelly sent me, and I honestly have never worked with this ribbon. It's paper. It's a paper ribbon. So I tried to get it without destroying it completely, wrapped it around the base, and there was a little bit on top that wasn't covered. So I just used hot glue to wrap around the big piece, and then I cut a very small strip to wrap around the top of the candlestick. Once the bikini top was dry, yeah, y'all, this is like take 18 for me. I mean, crafting with bikini tops and diapers, come on. Anyway, I can't keep a straight face with this. I hot glued it directly to my base and then decided that the inside did need to be painted white because I was afraid it was going to show. And with the little holes that were in the coconut, I was out of spackle, so I just did the next best thing. I just used my hot glue gun, filled it in, and it worked great. Now let's move on to the diaper. So you want to take that diaper and you want to open it up, and we're going to cut so that we can get all of the white cotton fluff padding from inside the diaper. Now be forewarned, there's like the little absorbency, like, you know, like cat litter. It's not cat litter. I know it's not cat litter, but there's all these little tiny white beads and they go everywhere. I mean, I say they're beads, but it's like the size of sand. To help absorb. But yeah, basically what you want to do is just open up your diaper and you want to just harvest out all of that fluff. Okay, now hold on, we're not done with this diaper yet. So now you want to cut the elastic sides off of the diaper because we need that. Now I'm telling you this like y'all are all gonna run out and get some diapers and make this craft. And honestly, if you do, like, tag me all day long because I want to see other diaper crafters out there just killing it with the diaper crafts. Now you want to grab your pieces of cotton and you are just going to make little poofs, balls of cotton, using some hot glue to secure the poofs. It doesn't fluff. Like I was hoping it would fluff up a little bit. It does not fluff. So I just had to do the best I could to make kind of like a poofy little white ball. And again, I just used some hot glue to secure those together. Now for the next step, you're gonna need to grab those elastic pieces and some brown paint. And with the mystery box, you guys know I always like to try to leave in a little bit of real audio for you. So this is what was going down when I was doing this next step. I can't believe I'm painting a diaper. Remind me to send a strongly worded letter to Megan. Take your diaper and paint it brown. Take your diaper and paint it brown. Take your diaper and paint it brown. Poop brown to be exact. I know, I said it, I'm immature, what can I say? Wow. Okay, that was fun. Holy cow, I can't believe I just did that, okay. Now what you're going to do is, if you haven't figured out, we're making little cotton pods. So you're going to take your little white fluff ball and the elastic that you're painted brown, that's going to go at the base of your cotton fluff ball, and just use some hot glue to secure that to the bottom of your little cotton pods. I am working in yet another item into this DIY, and that is the burlap sheet that Kelly sent me. I'm going to cut a piece of this. Now, I have shown you guys this flower before, how I make burlap flowers. I think I've got a reel on my Instagram and Pinterest if you want to check it out. But what you want to do is cut your strip, and then you want to pull the strings, the middle section of strings. You're just going to pull them out, making sure that you kind of leave both of the edges intact as best as you can. Pull those little strings out. Save those because sometimes they work really well for other crafts. Once you get those pulled out, you want to fold it over and just hot glue the two edges together. And then taking one end, you're going to take a little bit of hot glue and start rolling it onto itself, securing every now and then with hot glue, and then just fluff it out and you've made yourself a little burlap flower. So I'm going to continue to do that and make a couple of these flowers. And now it's time to pull it together. I had this wreath, it originally came from Target, that fit perfectly on top of the coconut bikini top bowl. Then I took the burlap flowers that I made along with the diaper cotton pods and worked them in there. I had some other little burlap flowers and I did kind of mess around with this for just a little bit. And then I ended up using some of the wooden roses that Dollar Tree has right now out in their floral section. And that's it. This kind of came together, and honestly, after I stuck the candle in the middle, I tied some of that ribbon because I realized I hadn't used the ribbon, and I tied that around the base, and I am actually pleasantly surprised at how it turned out. I don't know, you guys let me know. I'm beginning to think that maybe for this one, we need to do a vote. Maybe I should have all of you vote and decide who best used the diaper, the coconut bikini top, and a third item. I don't know, what do y'all think? I think I need to make a trophy and start a new thing here. Let me know down in the comments if you think I should do that. The last thing in my box that I hadn't used yet was that metal flower, and I was determined to use that other part of the coconut shell, and luckily I was able to get it to stick. So what I did is I started with this metal flower and I broke it down and cut it apart using my tin snips. Please be very careful because it will be really sharp. And then I painted it with yellow paint. I wish I had had some yellow spray paint to make this go a little bit easier, but I didn't. So I had to put several coats of chalk paint on the metal flower. While the flower was drying, I grabbed this brown placemat. It actually came from Dollar Tree a couple years ago. I've had it just sitting there, and I needed some brown fabric, but I didn't want the silky part of it, so I cut that off and then loosely cut the outside shape of the coconut. And then taking some pillow fluff, I hot glued that directly to my little coconut shell and then covered it with the brown fabric, making sure to secure it inside the shell with some hot glue. Now I needed to grab the flowers and cut all of the petal pieces apart, being very careful because it will be really sharp. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a large petal, hot glue it, then a small, large, small, and I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom side of my little brown poof. And then to make sure that I don't cut my fingers every time I grab this, I took a piece of the cork sheet from Dollar Tree and I just stuck that on the bottom, and that allows it to slide on the table easily, plus protect my hands. And then now you've got yourself a little sunflower pin cushion. And that wraps up another round of the mystery box challenge. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these DIYs was your favorite. Also let me know, what in the world would you have created with a diaper, a coconut bikini top, and some other random item? I would love to know. Don't forget to check out the playlist. It's down in the description box. It will take you through all the videos in order. Here are some past mystery boxes you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.